Hi everyone, it's Liz again. I'm back on my evening walk on a break at school. So I'm coming to you today to do some reflecting on what it means to have obesity. So I remember now when I was like 17 or 18 and I had one of my last appointments with my pediatrician. And she told me, looking at, the trajectory of your growth over time, you'll probably feel most comfortable at 180 pounds. I'm 5'3". That's definitely obese. So even then, back in like 2006, it was confirmed I have obesity. I live with the disease of obesity. And now there's a cure? Well, treatment. There's a treatment for obesity. And I'm really happy that I've started this journey with this medication. It's going really well. I had my shot yesterday. My appetite seemed fairly normal. I was hungry at meal times. This morning when I woke up, I wasn't super hungry for breakfast, but the hunger did hit, and I had my egg white omelet with the Gouda cheese, which I discovered has like 25 grams of protein. I was shocked. It's huge. It was like more than 40% of a daily value on a 2,000 calorie diet. I was like, wow, there's a lot of protein in this Gouda. Excellent choice, husband. Um, yeah, and I had my chia pudding. I've also been starting my day, like the first thing that I consume is a cup of warm water. So I boil some water, fill a cup halfway with the hot water, and then I cut it with cold water from the tap. And multiple people have mentioned that doing warm water in the morning is a really good way to kind of warm up your digestive system. Um, I think it might help a little bit with constipation, which uh, that's still something that I deal with, especially around shot day. So yeah, today I actually I think I went for my catwalk and I came home and I was a little hungry, so I had a small portion of some Greek yogurt and then I packed up my lunch. And when I got to school, I actually wasn't really hungry for lunch. And that's kind of unusual, even taking my shot, even on the second day. Usually I really want lunch as soon as I get to school at like 2 p.m. But I wasn't that hungry. So I did eat like some cabbage. I had just like a little nub of some Napa cabbage left over from the recipe that I'd made on the weekend. So I nibbled on that for the fiber. And actually, I really like the taste of raw cabbage. It's not bad. And then I had one of my sweet potatoes. And that was it for lunch. And I wasn't really hungry after that. Oh, goodness. There's people out here in the park because it's not as late as it was yesterday. Don't mind me. Thanks. Yeah, Koreans will really leave you alone, even if you're, doing something strange, like filming yourself in a public park at 6:30 p.m. Or what time is it? Almost 7 p.m. Yeah, 7 p.m. exactly. Anyway, yeah. So that was my day today. I had my dinner, even though I wasn't really hungry for my dinner either. But I did eat my chicken breast and about half of the lentils, the other sweet potato, and the cauliflower that I had. It wasn't a lot of cauliflower because it was the end of the bag of frozen that I had, but I couldn't finish the lentils. I was getting too full. Although I might be hungry now. I don't know. I think the walk has helped. Um, there's a public bathroom which is very clean on this walk, so I managed to get out on the walk pretty quickly after I'd eaten, and it was time for a bowel movement. So I make use of that public bathroom here more often since I've been doing my evening walks. So yeah, Tuesdays are one of my days when I have a little bit more of a luxurious time for dinner where I don't have 10 minutes to bolt it down. So that's good. But yeah, I was told when I was like 17 or 18, like, yeah, you're going to be obese. That's just going to be how it is for you. I can't remember what year it was. Maybe 2016 or 2017. I was struggling with my weight a lot again. I was like, pushing 200 and just like really over it, really done with the struggle. I talked to a nutritionist and she pointed out how much snacking I was doing. I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe it was 2018 or 2019. I don't really remember. It was definitely pre-pandemic, and I think I was at, yeah, I don't remember what where I was working at the time, but yeah, I went to a nutritionist. She pointed out how many snacks I was eating. I cut the snacks, and I lost weight. I didn't really weigh myself back then, but clothes fit better, and I definitely felt lighter. But as life changes, stresses come along. The snacking comes back, and then so do the pounds. But I'm really not snacking that much in Korea. I Before I started the GLP-1, I think I was snacking more on the weekends. I was like, I don't know, it was like revenge eating almost for like feeling deprived during the week. I just snack all day on the weekends, but I'm not doing that now. I'm really focusing on small meals, nutritious meals, good food. Still not really sure how I can get to see a dietitian or nutritionist to consult on, how much my calorie intake should be. I don't even know what my goal weight should be, really. Like, I know what would be healthy for my height according to BMI, which we know BMI is bullshit. But anyway, I don't know. I'm having so much success with this. This is the start of week 9. I've lost 23 pounds, which is huge. Like, yeah, I should be under 200 by the end of this month if the trajectory continues as it has been, even with going on a vacation to Japan for a few days. I think, yeah, I think I'm really going to be able to get healthier than I could ever have expected myself to be, knowing what I had been told by my doctor when I was younger. But yeah, oh, right, what story I was going to tell? Oh, yeah. So after seeing a nutritionist, I think maybe a year or so later, or 2 years later, um, I went to see someone at my doctor's office to discuss the possibility of bariatric surgery because I was just tired of being so fat, and I'd heard and being overweight and obese, and like it doesn't feel good to have that label of obese on yourself just because of it being an average of your height and weight. um, but yeah, I went to someone to consult about the potential for bariatric surgery, and he's like, you're borderline. Move more, eat less, work on your diet. Like, there's no reason why you would need it, basically. I was pretty much dismissed. I think that doctor said, oh, well, let's go ahead and check your A1C. Let's check and see if you're at all pre diabetic. And if you are, there is this medication. It must have been Saxenda or could have been Ozempic. I'm not sure. He's like, yeah, there is a medication for type 2 diabetes that people are starting to use off label for weight loss, and people are like seeing good results and losing around 15% of their body weight with the medication. But also, like, when they stop taking it, it comes back on. So uh, if it's only 10 to 15% of body weight, then maybe it was Saxenda. So yeah, it's probably pre-Ozempic, but it was mentioned that there was this class of drugs that could help, but it definitely was not something that was an option to me since my A1C was totally normal. So I'm really grateful that the science has come as far as it has, because yeah, there's hope now that maybe I don't need to live my life as an obese person. And that's really hopeful. Really, really hopeful. I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching if you did, and I'll see you next time. Bye.